With about 7 days left in March, I figured I'd make a quick April Fool's Day episode. Now, there was two from my childhood I kind of wanted to bring up. One that actually did occur, and then one we came up with that we didn't do. So, the first one that did actually happen was actually our bus driver, Valerie. Always had a good sense of humor. I remember once, back when we were on the bus, me and my sister, we were going across the bridge in town, and the the uh the bus driver, of course, pretends like something just happened. I assume she was pretending like she just hit something, or somebody hit her, or something happened, right? And she's, what was that? She's looking out the window, and she puts the bus in park. She hops out of the bus and starts walking around the bus as if something just happened. And of course, I kind of figured, if something actually happened, you'd think you would have felt it. I honestly didn't think anything happened. But, kids will be kids. Most of the bus was on one side of the bus checking out what actually happened. I kind of figured nothing actually happened. And it didn't even clue that it was an April Fool's joke because I wasn't even paying attention to the day. And then she hops on the bus and goes, "Ha, gotcha, April Fool's Day." And I was like, "Oh, that was a good one, right?" Because I figured it was a joke, but didn't clue into me right away because I didn't realize what the day was. However, I do remember probably around the same time frame, and I don't remember it was the same year because I feel like we might have been younger than that. But I remember me and my sister came up with this one. And of course, we never actually did it because it, first of all, would have been too mean. Second of all, we probably would have gotten in trouble. But we came up with this one idea, I remember, where we thought it'd be kind of funny because my dad usually had his coffee pot made up for when he woke up in the morning before work, so he could just turn on the coffee pot. It was even usually even on a timer, so it would just brew the coffee and he would make a coffee. We thought it'd be a funny idea if we got like chocolate laxative or something like that and shaved it into the coffee ground so then it would go into the coffee, right? But then we would put like saran wrap around the toilet bowl. So if it started to hit him, it would pull into that. But then we were going to like saran wrap the toilet seat to the toilet bowl to make it harder to get to, right? So then, he'd really have to fidget with it and fuck around with it and just, you know. But then after that, we thought if only we can get itch powder, it'd be hilarious. And we put that on the toilet paper. So afterwards, he'd just be rubbing that into his rear end. But you know, it was kind of one of those. We were kids. We never actually did it, but kids' imaginations will come up with some crazy crap, right? You know what I mean? But we just thought it would have been a funny but mean April Fool's joke. We never actually did it, but if you guys have ever pulled off some funny April Fool's jokes or thought of some or have seen some played out you thought was funny, feel free to put them down in the comments below. It'd be kind of funny to hear some of the things you've come up with. One thing I used to do a lot when I was at Wendy's, actually, now that I just came to think of it, and I only did this maybe 3 or 4 years, but when I was working at Wendy's as a teenager, what I used to often do on April Fool's Day, I would call into work, right? I've gotten people once or twice with this, and I'd be like, so I heard through the grapevine that you guys fired me. So like, what? Do I come in for tonight's shift? Do I not? Is there any point? Like, do I finish off the week? Do I finish off 2 weeks? Like, what do we do here, right? and and I've had a few of them just, what are you talking? No, I don't give a shit who told you this. You are coming in. I'm not dealing with this. You are coming in right now, and tonight I am not dealing with this. I've got enough on my plate. No, to hell with that, right? Hey, 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 hey. By the way, April Fool's Day. What you mother? I've had oh man, I've had a few people really going with that one. If you want to screw around with your boss a bit, mind you, it's probably a good idea to tell him it's an April Fool's joke. But you never know. Might be a good time. Hope you're all doing well. Take care.